Retaining staff may be key to solving skills gaps for firms. It has been a busy year filled for the most part with uncertainty. We have had major global issues impacting business, including 2 missed deadlines for Brexit, a changing global tax landscape, no quick answers to the ever-urgent issue of climate change, and the prevailing tensions at the US-China trade talks. And while Ireland heads into 2020 with a high level of employment and with relatively strong economic growth, 2020 will see us continuing to plan for uncertainty. While that may not be the most positive news, but there are a number of actions that businesses can take, particularly in the area of digital.Global. Growth continues to be in a state of flux, with an overall picture for 2020 global growth to continue at a modest pace. The IMF predicted in its twice-yearly World Economic Outlook that the global Big Four economies of China, the US, the eurozone, and Japan will see no improvement in their growth rates over the next 5 years. Trade tensions are also likely to continue to create challenges for global supply chains. From an Irish perspective, we see some positive news as 2019 comes to an end. While clearly Britain leaving the EU is bad for Ireland, at least we now have a level of certainty about that exit and a consequent rise in sterling. The US and China reached an agreement in December on phase 1 of a new trade deal. The Economic and Social Research Institute predicted that Ireland's GDP in 2020 will slow to a 7-year low of 3.3%. Growth still remains at or near the top of the eurozone table. The fundamentals of the Irish economy remain strong. Unemployment is likely to hit a post-crash low in 2020, foreign direct investment inflows and Irish exports continued to perform well, and retail sales have continued to grow in the first 9 months of 2019. But as a small open economy exposed to global headwinds, it is likely that growth will remain uncertain in the year ahead, potentially weighing heavily on business decision-makers. The lack of clarity on Brexit remains. Once the withdrawal agreement is enacted at the end of January, EU and UK negotiators have the unenviable task of negotiating an unprecedented trade deal in months, rather than years. Businesses should prepare for a range of Brexit hardness on the long-term trade agreement. Pressure on pay rates may add to rising costs, and in the absence of productivity improvements, corporate profit margins could be squeezed. PwC's 2019 Irish CEO survey points to available key talent being a key constraint to growth, and infrastructural pressures, including housing, remain. At the same time, new technologies such as data and analytics, artificial intelligence, and machine learning, the fourth industrial revolution, bring their own challenges. In our experience, investing in technology to improve internal processes. For more on this story, visit the news article link.